I'm Allison Headley with the Beaver News here inside Claudia at the Salmon Bake sponsored by the Native American Longhouse.
Then, students give till it hurts for the Red Cross's quarterly blood drive in the MU Ballroom.
Finally, Beaver News reporter Molly Jones gives us a look at how art and science collide for a look at the OSU Craft Center. We'll have all that and more on the Beaver News.
Good evening and welcome to your Wednesday night edition of the Beaver News. I'm Sara Boraston.
And I'm Olivia Gonzales. We're glad you could join us this evening. Salmon is a major export for the Pacific Northwest region, as well as being a traditional staple of Northwestern Native American tribes. Today, students were able to share in a cultural experience with the Native American Longhouse's annual Salmon Bake. Tonight, Allison Headley joined us in the studio to give the story.
This Native American tradition started centuries ago with tribes throughout the nation. Since salmon was a vital food source for many Native tribes in the Pacific Northwest, OSU and the Native American Longhouse want to uphold the tradition here on campus. Here's the story.
Over 1,000 students, faculty, staff, and community members showed up to this year's Salmon Bake that was sponsored by the Native American Longhouse.
One of our elders who led the prayer earlier today likes to make the analogy between the long trip that the salmon make out to the ocean and the time they spend there and some of their struggles in that journey. Same way that's true for students as well. Yeah, this year we had a drum team and dancers, and I was really excited about that. Last year we had someone play a drum and sing. But we had a full drum team and 6 dancers, so that was really unique this year, and I think it made it a lot of fun. People were really excited to come and listen to some music and watch some traditional dancing. This year we had about 450 pounds of salmon. Most of the salmon is donated from tribes throughout Oregon, so we had 4 different tribes donate salmon this year to us. I really wanted to see the impact that could have on our campus so that we could start sharing pieces of our culture and people would understand, that there are Native students here on campus. They're here, getting the same degrees that you are, but they're also here, maintaining aspects of their culture, and they want to share that with everyone.
Allison, you also covered this story a few years ago. How has the Salmon Bake changed since then?
There's definitely been a lot more of the community coming and being a part of this. When I'd first done the package back 2 years ago, we had first started working with Nike N7, so they had a speaker come and talk about their relationship and what made them decide to start working with OSU, and this year they had a lot more cultural aspect to the Salmon Bake. They had a lot more dancing, a lot more music, a lot more salmon. The Longhouse's grad student assistant, they told me that over 2,000 people came to the event today. So.
Oh wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Allison. Well, while we're still talking about it, the Native American Longhouse will be holding its grand opening this Friday at 4 p.m. The Native American students of Oregon State, as well as President Ed Ray, will present the official opening of the Cultural Center, located on the corner of 26th and Jefferson next to Weatherford Hall. Tours of the new building's gathering hall, multi-purpose rooms, kitchen, and computer labs will be provided by building representatives. The new Longhouse structure aims to respect multiple tribal cultures represented at OSU.
It's almost the end of week 7. That means students only have 2 more days to SU classes. For those of you who are unfamiliar with SUing a class, this process is an option for students who are worried about being able to pass a class or who do not have a subpar grade to affect their transcript. By SUing a class, students essentially change the way the class is graded, from letter grade based grading to a pass-fail type grade. By earning a C- or better, students can obtain an S for the class, which means that credits earned from the class will be validated. However, if students earn a D or below, the class will result in a U, which won't hurt your transcript, but credits for the class won't be counted. Students may SU any classes that are not in your major, but do not forget you need an advisor's signature in order to turn in your SU form. This must be completed by 5 p.m. on Friday.
It's back and it's going to be better than ever. The OSU Engineering Expo is happening this Friday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Kelly Engineering Center. Now, what exactly goes on at an engineering expo fair? Well, this year over 100 student design projects range from a spectrum of engineering majors, including chemical, civil, mechanical, and nuclear engineering. This year's fair will also include Robopalooza, featuring award-winning Mars rover, the TechBot Triathlon, from local, as well as robots from local high schools. This event is free to the public, and students may also sign up to volunteer for this event by visiting the Oregon State School of Engineering webpage.
All this week, students have been giving blood in the MU Ballroom for Spring Term's Blood Drive, hosted by the American Red Cross. Today, we sent Beaver News reporter Holly Clausen to tell us what's going on.
This week, the American Red Cross is at Oregon State University for their quarterly blood drive. According to their website, the Blood Drive Association at Oregon State hosts one of the largest blood drives in the Pacific Northwest.
Average blood drive is probably in the 30 to 50 unit goal range. So compared to here, this is 5 or 6 times worth what one of those blood drives is.
And the positive experiences keep students coming back each term.
Ever since freshman year, I've donated at all the different blood drives, fall, winter, and spring term.
Students and community members can donate blood this week through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the MU Ballroom. This is Holly Clausen with the Beaver News.
Want to see Iron Chef live? Well, now you don't have to wait until the Food Network comes to town. Tonight, you can head over to McNary Dining Hall for OSU's version of the hit TV classic. From 5:30 to 8:30, University Housing and Dining Services is teaming up with Human Services Resource Center to host this event as a fundraiser for OSU's Emergency Food Pantry. Participating chefs from all around campus will compete for the title of Iron Chef McNary. Tonight, competing chefs will receive a box of ingredients commonly found in the OSU Food Pantry and must create a tasty meal out of all those ingredients. Cost of attendance is free, but donations are suggested for sampling dishes.
For the past couple of months, we've seen car washes, concerts, and other events put on by students in order to raise money for one cause, to help fight cancer. Every year, Greek Houses and other student organizations team up to raise money for Relay for Life, an organization that helps raise money and awareness for the American Cancer Society. On Friday, this year's Relay for Life at Oregon State will be held at the Memorial Union. This year's relay is superhero themed and is a great family-friendly opportunity to raise awareness and money for a great cause. This event will consist of a survivor lap where cancer survivors will walk the trap for a victory lap over their defeat. Later, the relay will include a luminaria lap to honor loved ones who are currently fighting or have lost their battle with cancer. There will be food, games, and entertainment throughout the night. The campout starts at 6 p.m. in the Memorial Union Quad and goes all night.
Are you interested in living a healthier lifestyle but not sure how? Well, now's your chance to get some healthy tips to add into your daily routine. OSU faculty and staff will be hosting a health coaching session this Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. This session will be focusing on weight loss habits, including diet, nutrition, movement, and overall wellness. This free information session will be hosted in Winnegar 212 and is sponsored by the Argentine Tango Club. Learning these healthy habits will go a long way in improving performance on everyday activities as well as decreasing stress levels. Men in Black, ballroom dancing? Ever thought you would see the day that the two of these can join into one event? That's right, OSU Ballroom Dance Company presents their award-winning showcase, Ballroom in Black. This performance features 2 pieces inspired by movies, a West Coast swing interpretation of Men in Black, and a piece from West Side Story, as well as a few other numbers as well. Audiences will be treated to a variety of dances including the Latin Samba of Brazil, Slow Waltz of Austria, the Cha-Cha from Cuba, and many more, including the traditional fan dance performed by the Willamette Chinese School. The performance will be held at Corvallis High School Auditorium Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $8 for students and seniors and may be purchased at the door. If you find yourself stressing this term, just remember that there's a creative outlet available for you at the OSU Craft Center. Tonight, Beaver News reporter Molly Jones has a story of how the Craft Center is bringing together people of all sorts of different backgrounds in the pursuit of artistic pleasure.
Their thing, so yeah, that'll be good.
But on a quiet Saturday morning in the OSU Craft Center, art and science collide.
It's more than a hobby, I would say, but it's not my profession. But I have to do art. And when I was a high school student, I wanted to become a cartoonist, but my parents said no.
Song just submitted her final thesis in physics at Oregon State last week. She's not the only one who uses pottery as an outlet for creative expression. Ken, an OSU computer science graduate, says working with clay is an escape from his daily routine.
And I work behind a computer all day and kind of just staring at a screen, working with numbers, and come here for a couple hours and it just kind of calms me, feel relaxed, kind of de-stresses.
Sean is a Bachelor of Fine Arts, and his dream is to work with clay in a studio of his own someday. But this particular form of art is common ground with his wife.
I'm married to a soil scientist, so she's all about dirt and clay and soil, and so me playing with clay kind of just rolls along with her job as well. So we're both very earthy kind of creatures.
Whether you're an earthy creature or a high-tech type, art and science are a perfect match at the OSU Craft Center. This is Molly Jones with Beaver News.
That looks like a lot of fun. Have you ever taken a class like that, Olivia?
I did. In a freshman year in high school, I took a ceramics class, and it was a lot harder than I expected. A lot messy too, but it was fun. It was interesting, and it really got the creative flows going. I really liked it.
Well, I'm not very artistic, so maybe that wouldn't be the thing for me, but I would like to bring home something that I made from a ceramics class.
We'll do it for some great anchor bonding time.
All right, let's do it. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I'm Sara Boraston.
And I'm Olivia Gonzales. We're glad you could join us this evening. We'd also like to send out a shout out to our Beaver News producer, Hayden Wilcox, because today is his 20th birthday. Happy birthday, Hayden! Thanks for putting your heart and your soul into every broadcast.
Happy birthday. For more of your Beaver News, be sure to watch us on YouTube, find us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter at Beaver News. Have a great night.